Yeah, thank you to all my subscribers, to all of you who have liked and shared my posts. Actually appreciate. Yeah, today I'll read you the vote. It's your right and obligation. In the Saturday Standard of the 7th of January 2017, veteran politician Koigi Wamwere had this interesting anecdote. A story is told of this mythical farm where there lived a farmer with his panoply of livestock. The serene and bucolic setting only belied the surreptitious mannerisms of each. The petrichor emanating from the fertile earth after the rains could not be surpassed by any other. All was not well in paradise, as there was Mr. Mouse, who wreaked havoc on the farmer's produce. Piqued by the incessant loss of his produce, he set a trap to catch the mouse. The mouse got wind of this and tried to engage the cockerel for a solution to this problem. He hit a brick wall. He did not lose hope. He tried to touch base with the goat, but with similar result. All was not lost, he thought. As the cow was seemingly closer to the farmer, the mouse tried some camaraderie with him in the hope that he may have some ideas, but was flatly turned down and advised to look elsewhere, as the mouse's troubles were none of his concern. The mouse could not risk it and had to sleep on an empty tummy. Come midnight, there was commotion in a silo, where the farmer responded to rapidly. His haste tapered to a whimper when he inadvertently confronted by a terribly aggravated snake that had been the unfortunate victim of the trap. In great anger, it dug its fangs deep, injecting copious amounts of venom into the farmer's circulation. The farmer collapsed into sempiternal tranquility. The next day, gloom and melancholy hung heavy as the cockerel was slaughtered to feed the bereaved. As the numbers surged, the goat soon joined in as a protein source for the mourners. At the funeral of the elder, no other animal would suffice for the collective appetites of the esteemed mourners but the cow. Eventually, it was woe unto the rest and bliss for the mouse, who was virtually acquitted. The moral of the story is anyone's problem can eventually balloon to become everyone's cataclysm. But I seriously digress. With the complexities in life, running a business, employment, farming, raising children, and all the hullabaloo involved, it is easy to get tangled up in a maze. One is vulnerable to lose sight of the most important things. Of vital importance are constitutional obligations, one being registration and making your voice heard through the ballot. The simple requirements to be registered as a voter in Kenya include: you must be 18 years of age and above. You must be of sound mind, which is facile enough if you are reading this post. You must have an original national identification card or valid Kenyan passport. You must physically present yourself at a registration center of your choice to fill in a requisition form to be a registered voter. During his presidency, one of the most beloved and most greatly revered of American presidents and world statesmen, Abraham Lincoln, preached the importance of government being of, for, and by the people. He argued that voters played the most important role in making sure the government reflected their wishes and functioned according to the guidelines of the Constitution. Despite Lincoln's appeal to the public, it can be argued that many people today fail to appreciate or acknowledge their role in shaping the government. Equally, our forebears fought viciously against colonialism with this as one of their aims in mind: the right to self-rule and determination. As citizens, we should maintain our responsibility as eligible voters. This statement aptly and succinctly applies to Kenya. Registering to vote. Notably, people's most important responsibility as citizens involves registering to vote. If you are legal citizens of a nation, born or naturalized, who are of legal age, then you are eligible to vote in elections. The process of becoming a registered voter is simple and can be taken care of in a matter of minutes. Voting in the elections. Once you are registered to vote, you should make every effort to do so. Many people dismiss responsibility by saying that they do not care about the issues of the ballot, that they are unfamiliar with the candidates up for election. Voting won't end their troubles, or worse still, the queue is too long and they may catch a pernicious airborne infection associated with so many people. What balderdash! Additionally, here in our great land, with its historical issues And with our electoral system, a work in progress, there is always the fear of vote tally manipulation, which disenfranchises many voters. If voting is amenable to manipulation, many see no need to engage in such a fruitless venture, which appears to them as a predetermined bet. However, by failing to use their privilege to vote, people essentially allow other voters to make decisions for them, to let deviant voices heard over theirs, who make no effort to go to the polls. With elections, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, you only have to go with the wisdom espoused in the Serenity Prayer by the American theologian Reinhold Niebuhr. Have the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, while having the courage to change those that you can, all the while having the wisdom to know the difference. Come elections day, forget everything and only remember that this is your one and only chance to hold your leader by the scruff of the neck and to account for how he has achieved in 5 years. Any other time, their self-declared soldiers and bouncers will make mincemeat out of you. If not, this is the opportune moment to throw out the obstinate child with the bathwater and bring in the person you want. People outside their home counties, will Kenya ever evolve electorally to the level where one can vote electronically? For now, if you pose this query, the answer is a resounding no. So it is imperative for one to just bite the bullet, get off your couch and go out and brave it out, or what in Swahili is called the foleni. Some people will claim that because they work far away from where they are born, they will be inconvenienced by the hassle of traveling up country to vote. Besides, most people save so as to only appear on the other side in Christmas season before hurrying back. Let no one downplay your significance as seeming unimportance. One ant may not seem as much, but in unity, many can bring down a colossal mansion. In the newly enacted Kenyan Constitution, Chapter 7, Article 81, furnishes every citizen with the right to live, work, register as a voter, and have his voice heard electorally anywhere in this august nation. Your vote is vital. Your side needs it. By side, I mean people who are congenial, sharing similar needs, ideals, principles, beliefs, and visions. In Kenya, it has an ethnic connotation to it, unfortunately. We hear of the phrase tyranny of numbers. This is one awkward term which has no manifestation whatsoever with regards to the population census. By and large, a consequence of members of what would have been a huge vote bloc shunning their obligation to vote. The very essence of democracy is for the minority to have their say while the majority have their way. By not voting, you even lose the moral authority to complain about morally inept and inadequate leadership of the person who sailed through as a result of you failing to cast your vote for the most preferred leader. This is one of the primary reasons why you need to vote. The outcome of elections can impact voters' personal freedoms, taxes, general destiny, and fate of the nation, even with regards to her neighbors and other aspects of daily life that they take for granted. Because of the far-reaching impact that an election can have, people have the duty to cast their vote if they want a say in how their futures pan out. You should also stay up to date about the location of your respective polling station. The locations of polling stations change regularly. A school, church, or business that was utilized as a polling place during the last election may not be used again for the next. Voters can find out their polling places online by visiting the IEBC website or your nearest regional offices. Even Huduma Center, I suppose. What are they there for anyway? Remember that your vote is the only weapon you have against that corrupt, inept, failed 60 million shillings in a sack clueless, perverted, bigoted, egomaniac and selfish and all-round moribund politician. Voters play a major role in shaping the government and their own futures. They can satisfy their duty as voters by observing this noble responsibility. Any government of the day, worth their salt, has the responsibility of developing an electoral system that is simple, credible, and efficient with minimal margin for error. As with all systems, there is none that is perfect. It is always in constant need for improvement. Invariably, the election being a matter of great national importance and especially bitterly contested in Kenya, it needs to be safeguarded from all shock.